Well, let's go across now to my colleague Kajori for more on the business news of the day.
On our special business segment, we are talking about the rupee and its impact, and joining me right now, CRISIL Chief DK Joshi. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on NDTV 24/7. First of all, can you spell out the problems that come with a weak rupee? On a macroeconomic picture, how badly is it hitting India?
Well, I think first of all the foremost risk is to inflation, because we import a lot of oil, we import a lot of crude, edible oil. I think those prices of those items, particularly petrol, diesel, etc., they are only going to rise. We import a lot of coal, and that's going to make power production expensive. So that's where that's the second channel through which the imported inflation will seep through into the economy. And then there are a lot of loans to be serviced, external commercial borrowings. The cost of servicing them goes up. I think there are a lot of other problems associated. For instance, if you want to travel out of the country, I think that becomes expensive. Foreign education becomes expensive. So I think there is a huge amount of problem that comes with a very sharp weakening of the rupee that we have currently seen. So I think it all depends on whether the rupee sustains at these levels or it appreciates from here. But if the rupee stays where it is currently, then I think our estimate is that inflation will go up above 6% and not be at 5% by year end, which RBI is targeting.
And not only will inflation go up, the RBI will be very, very limited in what it can do within its powers to contain it. Is that what you feel?
Absolutely, because I think RBI has already been saying that it has very limited leeway to cut rates, and I think whatever little leeway has, that will be trimmed if rupee continues to remain where it is, because the stated target is 5.5% WPI inflation for the whole year and 5% by the year end, and that would become very difficult to achieve. So they would, I think, rather hold on than cut rates.
Where do you, Mr. Joshi, see the problem lying? Are the problems in the fundamentals? Are the problems in the lack of economic reform? Hasn't enough been done? What do you think the reason for the crisis can be pinned down to?
See, the most fundamental reason is that we run a very high current account deficit, which is close to 4.8% of GDP for 2012-13, and this year also it's going to remain high. A high current account deficit means that you require a lot of foreign funding, lot of foreign savings are needed, and I think in the environment in which we are, the external risks have not come down as much as was expected earlier. Actually, the global liquidity, global risk appetite, both of them took a beating. So what that essentially means is that the flow of funds into the economy comes down, and as a result the supply of dollar reduces and the demand for dollar is always high because we have a lot of imports. So in that situation, since the value of the rupee is determined by demand and supply for dollars, the reducing supply of dollars puts pressure on the rupee, and that's what we have seen currently. So I think the high current account deficit is a fundamental problem. All the economies that run a high current account deficit have suffered massive losses in currency, whether it is Brazil or it is South Africa. I think all of them have seen very, very sharp decline in the value of their currencies.
Mr. Joshi, you see this as being a long-term problem. Is there anything that can be done by the government and the RBI right now to curtail the severity of the impact?
Well, I think some of the steps they have already taken. For instance, gold was a very big import item. I think they have introduced duties on gold, and we've already seen some of its impact play out. The June gold imports have reduced quite a bit. I think and immediately I think what they can also do is to open up doors further for the foreign inflow to come in. I think that's what they have been doing. I think they had raised the limits in the debt market, etc. earlier, and I think will have to make the foreign investment norms a little bit more easier so that the money can flow in easily. But I think that's a short-term fix according to me. I think eventually you have to cut your trade deficit, which is close to 11% of GDP. During the 91 crisis, the trade deficit was close to 3% of GDP. So there's been a massive erosion of competitiveness of trade in trade. We need to promote our exports going ahead. So unless that happens, I think the current account will remain under pressure. That's my sense. Though we believe that in 2013-14, which is the current fiscal year, it will come down a bit to about 4.5% of GDP, which is still higher than the RBI's comfort level of 2.5.
Mr. Joshi, one final question and then we'll let you go. Do you think that what we're seeing at the moment as far as the rupee is concerned and the cascading effect of inflation and price rise and so on and so forth is a indicator of a larger economic problem? Do you think that we have a weakness on a fundamental level that needs to be looked at?
I would agree to that, because I think if you look at the previous episode of rupee strengthening, which it was between 2004 and 2008, when the economy was doing well, the global economies were also economic situation was also good, so a lot of capital was coming in. Now after the Lehman crisis, the economy has been on a weak wicket. I mean, apart from the short recovery, the growth has been coming down. So I think the ability to pull the capital into the economy has reduced, and our current account deficit has increased, which means we are saving less, and savings are not enough to support our investment. So there is a fundamental macroeconomic imbalance which needs to be corrected. If the growth comes back to its high pre-crisis levels, you could see the rupee again on a strengthening wicket, but that is some time away.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us on NDTV 24/7. D.K. Joshi there of CRISIL talking to us about the rupee crisis that we are seeing. Today the rupee has improved. It's at 60.3, but that's really not even close to being an improvement at a time when everybody is talking about the need to take the rupee at 55 to the dollar or less. It's time now for a quick break. Ankita will be back on the other side with more news. Stay with us.